System here, they say also increase. System here, say usually so that we can do our meetings there. Say usually to do our meetings there. All
Okay,
right, so
everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're really watching me from. I believe that it's really an awesome Saturday, and it's already noon in Ghana time, Greater Accra down here. So, and today we are really presented before you to actually go live again on a very important program being organized by BSCommunity. For me to just really get started with, I hope you're really doing great, and I hope you're really doing well from your end over there. To really get started with, I'm actually Coach Sam, the part founder for BSCommunity. And today we actually have a very special person in the room who is going to be empowering us on a very interesting topic. And we are going to be empowered today. So I just want to urge you, wherever you are, kindly do what to actually prepare your mindset. Be ready for a mind shape transformation, ways that we actually go a long way to actually impact you and empower you on a long run. For me to really get started with, I just want to encourage you, wherever you're really watching from, kindly do what to actually go to the comment section and indicate your country, and also maybe say something high for us to know that you are really connecting with us. And I also really want to encourage you, kindly do what to follow this very page, like this very page, react to this very live session that we are really having, because it's going to be very empowering. Please do what to actually feel free, drop your question or your concern or whatever contribution you really want to make. You can always drop it in the comment section, and we are definitely going to really attend to it. So today we actually have a very high prepared person, and is a very good friend of mine. In fact, to ensure. Okay, so it's somebody I really respect a lot. But before I really bring him into this section, like I said, I just really want to encourage you. Kindly do what to actually follow this very page. React to this very live section by just actually sharing it or maybe liking this very comment, this very live section, so that if you follow this very page, whenever we actually go live, you'll be the first person that we can actually you get to actually get the notification from your very end. So mind you, let us actually know where you are really participating from. So today we are going to be looking at a program that BSCommunity COMTOK. So you might really be wondering, what is BSCommunity COMTOK? This actually happens to be the first episode of BSCommunity COMTOK. And this very COMTOK is actually a program where we are going to be inviting, or we are going to be bringing in guest speaker who are really, I'm talking about successful guest speaker. I'm not really talking about aspiring guest speaker. All right. I'm not really talking about emerging guest speaker, but I'm talking about successful guest speaker, established guest speaker, great speakers who are really top-notch in the field, who are really practical with the field. So we are going to be inviting them to actually be empowering us on various topics ranging from personal development, entrepreneurship, leadership, marketing, and also communication, as well as relationship, public speaking, financial literacy, and public relations. Just in case this happens to really be your area of focus and you are really interested in the very area, I just want to encourage you. We are going to be coming live every blessed Saturday, and we can't really wait. Every blessed Saturday, we are going to be coming in with various guest speakers, not only within the local sector, not only within Ghana, but we are also going to be going international with the speakers that we're going to be inviting. I just want to jump right in. All right, great. So let's really jump right into the business for today. In the room with me, I really have our great and awesome guest speaker. Like I said, he's been a great friend. He's been a confidant. He's somebody I really love so much from my heart. And we have really been doing great. The past year happens to actually be So today he happens to be the guest speaker on the first episode that we are really organizing. And I know that he's really fully prepared because it's somebody that when he speaks to you, is really going to go a long way to actually blow your mind. And I'm very sure that he's really loaded with the message really going to be shared with us. So permit me to actually bring him into the room by just first of all reading his profile so that at least you can actually get to know who Mr. GODFRED DEEMACDAN really is. So Mr. GODFRED DEEMACDAN is actually a prolific writer. He's actually a pastor. He's also a public speaker, and he's also a publishing consultant, and also the CEO of DALAK Publishing Services. So he's a great personality. It's not just a coach people So without much ado, with a round of applause, help me to actually welcome Mr. GODFRED DEEMACDAN, who will actually be empowering us on how we can actually overcome life challenges in our workplaces, in our family, and also in our church sector or whatever industry you really find yourself, even down to your personal development. You want to actually overcome challenges. It's really going to be empowering us based on this very topic today. We know that we can't really pray away challenges. Whether we like it or not, we can't really pray away challenges, but we can only pray to actually overcome challenges. Whether you like it or not, challenges are definitely going to happen. So today is really going to help us not only to actually know how to actually overcome challenges, but actually navigate through the whole thing. So without much ado, with a round of applause, help me welcome Mr. GODFRED DEEMACDAN. So Mr. GODFRED DEEMACDAN, kindly grab your mic, step on the stage. Let's hear let your audience actually get to hear your voice.
Well, that is very fantastic of you. I'm really blown out, and it's fabulous having you, the cherished viewers from all over the world.
For the message.
All right. Okay, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all our cherished viewers and listeners across the globe. Uh, it's 12 p.m. in Ghana, to be precise. I also want to thank Coach Sam for the opportunity to really share life experiences and the practical steps I've been really taking to overcome some life challenges growing up to my age now. And we are still encountering challenges by years, yet we have been able to overcome those challenges and we are making headway in life. It is interesting to know that champions are made out of challenges. Champions are made out of challenges. I have not really prepared anything or notes to talk about. I'm going to be speaking from a practical life experience perspective. I'm going to be talking to you the things I have been able to do, overcome to get where I am today, so that you carry home some information and how to navigate around challenges in order to be successful in life. It does not matter the kind of challenge you go through in life. Since he said something that we cannot pray away challenges, it's obvious with our life. Challenges are part of the human race. Whether you like it or not, you're going to go to one way or the other, some challenges you're going to face in life. Now, how do we really talk about challenge and how do we overcome challenge? Crises are the bridge to your victory. Crises, they are the bridge to your victory. Any challenge you face in life is a crisis, and crisis is meant to change our life. Crisis is meant to change our life. So, a challenge by definition could be something that really opposes your movement. It could be something that really impedes you from making strides in life. But all the same, I'm a very positive person and I'm a positive philosopher. Whenever you encounter a challenge, it is either to test your ability on two things. Number one, to reveal the champion in you or to reveal the cowardness in you. I want to repeat that. Whenever you encounter challenge in life, it decides two things about your life. Number one, either to unveil the champion in you, or number two, to unveil the cowardness in you. And so people who run away from challenges are cowards. But people who stand firm with challenges and overcome challenges, they become the champions we celebrate today. Today you are celebrating somebody, but you do not really take time to ask the background story of that champion you are celebrating. The challenges, the hurdles that he or she has to overcome to become the great champion you admire, you inspire to be like. But I want you to take time and to listen carefully because I'm going to be blowing your mind on this subject matter. Really, 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 hands down. Now, this reminds me when I was talked to speak on this subject. Uh, there was this lady who happened to be a co-tenant in where I lived, and she was really challenged with having some challenges with the husband. Okay, and at a point in time, the husband was asking her to leave the room so that she go and rent for herself, and she was really battling with all kinds of marital crisis. So we call that as marital crisis. And she spoke to me on several consecutive times, and I looked at her and I told her, "Listen to me. You're not going to move out of this room, but there's only one thing I'm going to be telling you, or I'm going to ask you to do: start a business of your own. When you start a business of your own, your husband will succumb, will respect you, will come back to love you and cherish you than he used to be." And amazingly enough, she took my advice. And then she borrowed money from some friend of ours and started a business of her own. And today, the husband now come back from work very early and cook, dish the bowls, and serve the wife to eat. If this woman had given up that this challenge I'm not able to overcome, I'm going away, he said he will not marry me again. I believe one or the other she would have lost that battle. But I encouraged her. I stood with her and I told her that you know something. Any challenge you go through in life is a preparation to your greater height.
Right.
It's a preparation to your greater height. When you happen to dodge any challenge in life, do not forget that challenge awaits your future. You will still encounter that challenge some point in time in life, and if you're unable to overcome it now, you come to meet it 2, 3 years from now, and you will not be able to overcome it as well. And so challenges build champions. Challenges makes champions. Now, your definition about the challenge is what determines and decides what it means to mean challenge to you. Your definition and your decision about what you call challenge decides what the challenge becomes to you. Now, I want to emphasize on few things that can really help you to understand where challenges can make you a champion or can make you a coward. There's no way a lion will see an elephant and be scared of what an elephant. A lion has that positive attitude, irrespective of how giant, thick, tall, tough you are. It does not matter. It has an attitude of pulling you down. And once the lion can put the elephant down, the elephant can be killed. Okay, so your view, your imagination, your perspective about the challenge you go through in life determines whether you are able to conquer the challenge or the challenge you conquer you. There's no way an eaglet, that the eagle mother is teaching him or her to fly, and the eaglet will say that, "No, mommy, I'm afraid. I can't go that high. You know, me, I'm a baby. I'm eaglet. I'm small. I can't do it." It's a wrong perception. So number two, when you have a wrong perception about your challenge can make you a low class person or a mediocre person. There's no way an eaglet will tell the mother eagle that me, I'm afraid. So when you confront challenge or when a challenge confronts you, number one, define the challenge in a positive context
Yep.
by asking yourself questions. This challenge is it meant to make me or is meant to what, upgrade my life?
That's right.
I want to repeat that. When you are confronted with a challenge, there should be a question you should be asking yourself. Is this challenge meant to weak me or to make properly, or perhaps the challenge you are running away from is the challenge that will catapult you to your greater height. So David need to kill Goliath in order to become the king of Israel. So what is your challenge this morning, this afternoon, this evening? What is your challenge about life? Is your challenge about marital crisis, financial crisis? Is your challenge that there's a friend at workplace who is always accusing you? Now, I want to categorize my whole section with you. We are going to look at family and the other rest. But Coach Sam, I think you should pause the video.
Yeah,
This
I'm
phone
with
is
you.
going off. Let me fix this phone on so that we can continue with the section. Okay. All right. So pause the video. Let me do that.
Okay. I can't really pause the video, but you just really take your time. It's actually a live section, so but you can just really take your time, and you can always join right back. Okay, so everybody watching us once again, thank you so much for really connecting with us. We appreciate you for really plugging in. And Mr. Godfrey DEEMACDAN has already started delivering his message. I'm already blown by the awesome message that he has really shown today. He has really shared with us today. He's going to be joining us back very soon. I'm sure that he's trying to really put some more things together just to ensure that he will connect back with us. So once again, we appreciate you for really connecting with us. And like I said, just in case you have not really followed this very page, you have not liked it, you have not reacted to it, I want to urge you, kindly do that. And the whole idea or the whole goal is not to actually attract followers, but rather we want to actually use the social media space as a way of actually reaching out to a lot of people on the social media spaces, because we have a lot of people out there that are really going through challenges, and there's a need for us to actually renew them, for us to actually empower them and really impact them so that they can actually live the life they have always been yearning and dreaming to really achieve in life. So we are going to be coming your way, even though it's not going to be every Sunday, every Saturday, but we are going to be coming your way on Saturdays from various guest speakers. All right, Mr. DEEMACDAN happens to actually be the person on the first episode. So we are really hoping that we are going to be picking guest speaker from various countries, not only within Ghana. We are currently in Ghana, in Greater Accra, and it's exactly 12:25 p.m. my time here. So we are going to be coming your way with various guest speakers to really be empowering us. It's something that you don't really want to miss. Just in case you have not really followed this very page, I want to encourage you, kindly do that. And please don't really end there. Kindly do what also really share this very program with other people, because it can really go a long way to actually impact the lives of people. Just in case you want to know, we are really focusing on the message or the topic, overcoming life challenges, not only in your workplaces, but also in your family, even deep within yourself, because there are also challenges really going on inside of you. So what are you doing to actually overcome those challenges that's really going on inside of you? Because what actually happens on the internal can really go a long way to actually affect what's actually on the external. So I believe the challenges really begin from the inwardly, and it really, shoot down to the outwardly. So how are you really interpreting every signal or challenges that you're really encountering before you're able to actually react to them on the outside? And that is what today's message is going to be, based on. We already have Mr. Godfrey DEEMACDAN already, who is actually with us. So please, in about 1 minute, we are going to come back your way again. So please, don't go anywhere. Stay connected. Stay tuned. We are really just on a 1 minute break, and we are going to be coming your way again. So please stay tuned. Stay connected. Don't go anywhere. Today is going to be very empowering. We are yet to even release all the message that we are yet to actually, release today. So I just want to encourage you, stay connected and don't go anywhere. And while we are really watching it, kindly do what to actually share this very program on your timeline so that the people on your timeline can also really do well to also be empowered by this very message, and they can also do what to also really follow this very page. And by so doing, we are making our world a better place. I always say something, and it's something I've really come to actually believe in. You can change your air, you can change your clothes, you can change your residence, you can even change your spouse, you can even change everything else around you, trying to actually escape the reality of challenges. But if you don't, if you don't, change your mind, the same experience will perpetuate itself over and over and over again. Why? Because everything outwardly changed and nothing inwardly changed. There is nothing as powerful as a changed mind. In other words, you can run away from challenges, but how you actually interpret them, we actually determine whether you actually overcome them. So please stay tuned. We're going to be having our guest speaker join us right back in about a minute, and we can actually continue from there. So we're going to go on a short break, and we'll come your way. The live session is really on. We are not really pausing it. We are not really stopping it. It's still really on. So stay connected with us and be empowered by today's message. Thank you so much once again for really joining us. We appreciate you. So once again, we appreciate you all so much for your patience. I've been communicating with the guest speaker. I think it's really encountering some challenges over there, but it's doing everything it can to ensure that it overcomes it. So it's going to be joining us back again very soon. So I just want to apologize on his behalf. I'm sure that very soon he will be reconnecting back with us. And shout out to every one of you once again for always staying connected. I really want to appreciate every one of you that have really been watching us on the live space to ensure that we are really doing well, even though challenges actually become the order of the day. But we are doing everything we can in BS community management just to ensure that we overcome every storms or the challenges that's really stopping us from actually having this great live session that can really go a long way to actually impact the lives of people out there. So once again, I will appreciate every one of you. I think our guest speaker will be joining us very soon. Let me actually bring him into the room and we can really continue from where he actually stopped.
All right, so I'm
You
back
are
with Sam.
welcome, Mr.
Sorry for the.
Godfrey.
Yeah, it's also part of the challenges.
Oh, definitely, of course. It's also really
Yes,
bad.
and
So,
we
but
have
you
to
actually really
overcome it.
overcome it, by the way.
We have to overcome it. Yes, and so
Exactly.
as you said, all right. So a challenge is anything that can really come your way in order to stampede you or to block you from having access to the very destination you are heading. But don't allow that challenge to stop you from moving. There's a popular act about ants. Ants, okay? When an ant is moving and it faces an obstacle, the ant trying to find a way around the obstacle, any blockage around, and being able to navigate around it. So, I was about talking to you on challenges in the family, okay? Now, growing up, when growing up, I really went through a lot of challenges. And I want to share some of my life experiences with you today. That you know that there is no challenge beyond your ability. There is a hidden champion in you that when you are feeling lazy to what emerge or evolve as a champion, challenges sometimes must crush that or champion in you to come up or pop up. Okay. Growing up, I stayed with an auntie where we lived and we're sleeping in a church auditorium, uncompleted church building. And my school uniform and items were in a church box. Okay. I want you to listen carefully. So that when you see me looking good today, you'll not be like, hey, this guy, they had it on silver platter. This gentleman is not a great man. He's doing well. No, 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 no. I didn't get everything on silver platter. You understand, Sam? You get what I'm talking about? Today, I want us to have a conversation. I don't want us to have a speech.
Of course, I
I
really
want us
understand
to
it.
have a dialogue. You get a point. So in that church troubles, I had my school uniform and few house attire because there was no money to really buy clothes that I can really wear and look good at the time. Okay, and I never done looked on my future and where I'm sitting today. I never done looked on that. Though it was a practical life challenge at the time that what we wear to church were clothes that people have worn and they have brought them to us to wear. But you know, I dress in it and look good and I'm always happy. Though there were so many emotional challenges that I was really finding difficulty to really cope with. But then by extensive studies and extensive seek of knowledge to make life better for myself, I've been able to transit from that challenge into a champion now. Okay. And so in that church room, I had my things. I was there with three friends, two brothers. And by the grace of God, they are all pastors throughout today. They are all pastors as well. We slept in that church auditorium, but today we are God's servants and we are doing better by the grace of God. Okay. And so what I want you to understand is that your challenge, it is not the definition of who you are. It is your definition that you give to the challenge you face that defines your personality. Am I really communicating to somebody?
Yes, you are.
Your definition about the challenge you face is what defines your personality. Now, when you are confronted with certain issues of life, okay, try to see yourself beyond the issue. Don't try to see yourself below the issue. What do I mean by that? Anytime you see yourself below the issue will be at the top of you, and you'll not be able to handle it. Now, when the issue is up at the top of you, the issue suppresses you and suppresses your personality and gives you an identity which becomes a crisis identity. I'm driving you somewhere. I'm driving us somewhere. When you allow issues of life, challenges of life to be at the top of you, they suppress you and gives you a definition of who you are and the kind of personality you are. And that gives you an identity crisis. Now, when you know who you are, but and your identity, and you discover your personality, challenge becomes your heart, your doormat. Write it down. Write it down. Write it down. When you know who you are, when your identity about yourself is in a positive mind frame, okay, and you see a challenge, the challenge becomes a doormat that you step on to your room. That is what David said. Who are you? You Philistines. You this Philistine. You think you are somebody. I came in the name of God. He know his identity in Christ. And so he stood on that identity to defeat Goliath. And so sometimes the challenge you are battling with because you lost your self identity. You lost your true identity. Who are you is a question. But it is not a question that call for your name. I am Godfred DEEMACDAN Boafo. That is not your identity. Your identity is hidden in you. Your identity is hidden in you. How do you know your identity? Is by your instinct. Okay. A bird knows that it needs to fly. A dog knows that it needs to bark. An elephant needs to move. A cow needs to what? Woo. A duck needs to quack. So who are you? If a duck said, I'm called by a duck, an elephant is called and he said, I trumpet because I'm an elephant, I trumpet. That is not elephant. The elephant is within. What it means is that there are hidden potentials, there are hidden personalities inside of you that you've not discovered yourself about. Okay? When you're able to discover yourself in the totality and the title of who you are, challenges don't become a problem. They become a stepping stone to a greater height. They are the springboard to your next level. They are the launch pad to your next great height. Okay.
Powerful,
Now
powerful.
listen to this. Recently, I was really diving deeper to research on something that Coach Sam is the one who has worked on the book cover. Put your gift on sales. Yeah. In my quest to really come out with this book, I was doing a research on somebody. Okay, do you know who? How many of you here know Helen Adam Keller? Helen Adam Keller. This lady was born strong, whole, but at point in time she became deaf, dumb, and blind. Three problems with his life: deaf, dumb, and what? Blind. And interestingly, she did not look at that challenge to become useless non-entity. She take on that challenge and walk over the challenge. She went to school, she learned to read, she was the first disabled to graduate from the university, and that paved a way for others who are disabled today. They also have access to the university. And that is not only the only thing she was able to do for herself. She became an activist for disabled. She wrote many books. She has written a lot of quotes. Now, what is it that is too big than your mind, that your mind you cannot solve with it? What is your challenge like? Somebody is deaf, dumb, and blind,
Yeah.
oh, but she has been able to go to school, graduate, and be as a university graduate. She has written books.
Wow.
She was an advocate for disabled. She would have looked at her situation, her challenge, and said, I'm not able to do it because life has really beaten me down. But she went ahead, she became a graduate, an advocate for disabled, wrote books, and today I'm happy to read most of her books because I'm one of her fans. Let me tell you this: any challenge that your mind cannot beat, that challenge controls your mind.
Hmm. That's a very deep one right there. I love that.
Any challenge
Wow.
that your
It is
mind
getting rough in the
cannot
world.
beat, overcome, is the challenge that control your mind.
That is very,
Is the
very
challenge that
powerful
control
one.
your mind. Yeah. And so in a workplace, maybe your four people are really talking you down. Have you really taken time to check your attitude? Have you really take time to check your services, your input, your work output? Have you really taken time to look at your personality success? Sometimes the things that people say about you sometimes do matter because they become the bridge upon which you can leverage and become the kind of person you are. Sometimes, if what they are seeing it is not the definition of who you are, pick it up, refine it, add some chemicals to it, and add it to yourself and better yourself so that you become a person of value. Now, this is it. It is only when you are more valuable that in your workplace people can't have challenges with you.
Hmm. That's right.
If it
That's
is
right.
it is only when you are more valuable and access that answers the questions that pop up in the minds of the people that people are hard or find it so hardly to really see you as a challenge to them. Your communication skills sometimes can be a challenge to the people. So how well have you learned to communicate with the people?
That's a very important one right there. I love that. Communication is very important. Very, very important. I love that.
People in marriages today are having marital challenges because of lack of proper communication.
That's right.
Some people say, me, that is how I talk. Listen to me. Once you move away from your biological parent and you've entered another institution, you need to learn the ethics and the code of conduct of that institution in order to in order to survive in that environment.
That's right.
That is why the sheep will bleat, the goat will bleat. When a goat and a goat are bleating, they understand that language. When a sheep and a sheep are bleating, they understand that language. But when a goat and elephant is trumpeting, a goat is bleating. It is a confusing what tonation and voice and what language. So in the marriage,
Wow.
your language, you are trumpeting, your wife is also bleating. Both of you are not on the same level, the same frequency. So there'll always be conflict, there'll always be challenges in a relationship or in a marriage.
Hmm.
Your attitude is a challenge to your spouse, and your spouse is finding it very difficult to really adjust. You also see your spouse as a challenge, but why don't you try to change yourself to suit your spouse? Because if you really want to avoid challenge, then you need to become what a challenge winner, not a challenge talker, but a winner. Now, I want to bring this session to a close so that we can really have time to dive one or two things and then we'll wrap it up. Now, how then do you overcome your challenges? Number one, what is your definition of challenge? I want you to write that. What is your definition of challenge? Are you defining challenge as something that can weigh you down or something you can overcome? If you have a positive definition of challenge, then the challenge is halfway solved. The challenge is halfway solved. Number two, how do you overcome your challenge? Number two, what is your identity in connection to that challenge? I will explain further. You see, when you have two identity apart, okay, there should be one identity that has the highest upper hand to tell the other identity that I'm in control, I'm in charge.
That's right.
When I have a challenge, and then my identity with the challenge is that I'm seeing the challenge as myself, but not seeing myself as an overcomer of the challenge. Then the challenge becomes me and it defines my identity.
That's right. Hmm.
It defines my identity. Number three, how do you overcome identity? Your crisis, sorry, or your challenge. Do you know that every effect has the root cause? Are you aware that today my husband, my wife is slapping me because there's a root cause? Are you
Wow.
aware people are speaking ill about you because there's a root cause? Now, if I'm able to overcome the challenge, I need to look for the root cause. So there's a
That's right.
saying that where you fall, do not look at where you fall, but look at where you slipped off to fall. So meaning that
That is
before you
very deep,
fall,
right?
the falling started at a point. So look at where the falling started and go and correct that error. When you correct that fault, the effect will automatically be eradicated.
Hmm. Like,
So what I mean is that, for example, Coach Sam slapped me because I did something wrong. I shouldn't blame the slap, but I should blame the cause that brought the slap.
that's love. You're right.
If I'm able to know the cause and I change the cause, next time I will not receive a slap. So for you to overcome any challenge, look at the cause root of the challenge. Once you deal with the cause root, the effects will automatically be taken away without you even working on it. Number four, have a positive perspective about your challenges. Not all challenges are meant to be a challenge. Some they come in to awaken the giant that is sleeping, the giant that is dormant in your life. Problems are the greatest treasures that every individual should face. Or let me put it in a better context. Challenge or challenges, they are treasures that every individual should face. Because the only thing that can help you wake up to your true self is the challenge you go through. Like earlier when I said that the lady, a co-tenant, if not that she had waking up to do something, like today, she'll still be a vulnerable lady in the hand of the husband. But today, the husband respects her. The husband comes home early to even cook to serve her. Lastly, point number 5, how do you overcome challenge? Believe in yourself that you are an overcomer.
That's a very powerful one.
Believe in yourself that you are an overcomer. Dare to be an overcomer. You are born to overcome, not to succumb. I'm repeating that. You are born to overcome, not to succumb. And so, on this note, I wish you all the best. What exactly might be your challenge, and what is that one thing, one factor that is preventing you not to overcome your challenge? I could share many stories today, but time wouldn't permit. Maybe another time I'll share deeper stories with you. But I encourage you, go empowered, change your perception, change your mindset, have the right positive attitude about your challenges, and you'll be an overcomer. Thank you, and God bless you. Over to you, Coach Sam. Thank you so much.
Wow, 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 wow. That is really powerful and really mind blowing. Not only informative, but also really causes some mind shifts already in my mind already. I'm already blown away by the message that leader Godfred has really shared with us. And I also really want to believe that you that is really watching live, you have also take out something. You have really been empowered by today's awesome message. I wish we can actually spend more time in this amazing program, but I can really assure the audience out there that we are definitely going to actually invite Mr. Godfrey DEEMACDAN again because it's somebody that is really loaded, and even though I know that the time is not really it's not really enough, all right, to embody all the very message that we are that is likely to really share today, but definitely we are really going to have him again to really join us. I believe that you have really learned something. Like I said, just in case you have not really followed this very page, please kindly do yourself a favor. Even when you actually follow the page, what I really believe in is that I don't see you as a follower, but rather I see you as a leader because we are coming to one of the goals or the mission of BSCommunity, especially the organization called and Global Leaders Symposium. We are here to actually transform followers into leaders and leaders into agents of change. So kind of like this very page, and so that whenever we actually go live, you'll be the first person that can actually receive the notification and be part of this amazing section we're going to be having. So once again, thank you so much, Mr. Godfrey, Mr. Godfrey DEEMACDAN. I really appreciate your presence with us in the room. I don't really take for granted. I know that you could have chosen to be somewhere else, but you made it very important to really be with us in the room. I believe that we have already learned a lot from what our speaker for today have really shared. Whatever challenge you're really facing, always think positive. All right. You must be willing to do the things today others won't do. In order to have the things tomorrow others won't have. All right. And understand that your background is not really the factor. The real background is actually your mind. Once you actually begin to actually renew your mind, you come to realize that the challenge you're really facing does not really exist, but rather they are the stepping stone that you need to be able to actually get to the sunset that you really want to get to. I know time is really almost really up. Once again, thank you so much, Mr. Godfrey DEEMACDAN. Can you share with
Thank
us
you too
about
for the
two or three
invite.
messages? All right, just to give a close remark, a summary of this whole message that you have really shared with us today. Can you give us a close remark, Mr. Godfrey, before we actually round up with the whole thing? Mr. Godfrey, are you there? Can you hear me? Mr. Godfrey DEEMACDAN, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
Okay, great. So can you give the audience a close remark, the last message or a close remark that you'd like to actually share with them? In other words, a takeaway message that can you just really give us that in about 1 or 2 minutes, and we can actually come to the end of
All
today's
right.
first episode for the COMTOK.
All right. Thank you so much. And so, finally, what I want to say to my viewers and listeners is that learn to define your challenge in a positive context. Because with what you define your challenge to be is what controls your mind and controls your emotions. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Okay, great. So once again, thank you so much once again for really joining us, Mr. Godfrey DEEMACDAN. I really appreciate you. The time that you really spend, I don't really take for granted. And on behalf of the management of our BSCommunity, I really, really want to really appreciate you. And then so all the viewers, all the audience, kindly do what to actually follow this very page, react to it, and do somebody a favor by really impacting them just only by sharing. I believe in one thing, sharing is actually empowering, sharing is actually caring. So do what to actually pick up this very link, or in other words, share this very program on this live session we are really having to your timeline, so that the people on your timeline, the friends on your timeline, the partners in your timeline can actually do well to be empowered by this very message. We are going to be coming your way again on Saturday. I don't want to be specific, but definitely we are going to come your way. Once again, this is actually Coach Sam, the partner for BSCommunity. And this very program is actually dubbed BSCommunity COMTOK that we are going to be having on Saturday. We are going to be inviting various guest speakers, not only within Ghana, but we're also going to be having guest speakers from across the countries. And I just want to urge you, if you want to be empowered on relationship, you want to be empowered on personal development, self-growth, entrepreneurship, leadership, marketing, relationship, if you want to be empowered on public speaking, public relations, if you want to be empowered on all this very area, then I would say that this very space is actually the right place that you have to really be and follow this very page and encourage your network to also really do the same thing. So once again, thank you so much for really watching us. We appreciate you. I know our live. Thank you so much for really joining us. And please stay connected. It's very important. BSCommunity, stay connected. And just in case you're really wondering what BSCommunity is all about, you can really go to the group page of the Facebook this very Facebook page, and you can see more information about what BSCommunity is all about, including the initiative, the organization that is being organized, that is being founded, or in other words, established under BSCommunity. And if you want to join any of the organization, feel free and actually do that. But we really have a structure that we actually have in place. You actually go through a certain structure before you actually become a member of the organization. Tomorrow we are going to be coming your way again, but it's really going to be via Telegram. So we have a special program called Live Your Best Life Now conference that we do via live streaming on Telegram. So please, the very post is actually on this very page. Kindly do what you should go there. Go to the Telegram page and follow the very page, because we are going to be having another section tomorrow on Telegram. It's the live streaming, and we are going to be empowering ourselves on living your best life now, doing everything it takes to ensure that you become the best version of yourself. So without much ado, thank you so much once again for really joining us. You all have a blessed morning, a blessed afternoon, a blessed evening. Stay connected. We'll come your way again for another episode, second episode, and you'll be empowered. Stay connected. Love you all. Bye for now. Mr. Godfrey, you take care and have an awesome day. Bye.